Hello, hello, my hey, I got something to say, people, and we are going to freaking have a ball. I almost forgot to push record because me and Nancy were yipping and yipping and yipping and yipping. It's going to be mind blowing. So I thought, oh my God, we're going to run out of time. I didn't bring Nancy on. Nancy, thank you so much for being here.
Oh
I
God, Joy, this has been an amazing, just connecting after all these years and going, oh my God, I know this woman. I want more. I want more.
I know. And Nancy and I were talking, and I was like, wait a minute. I promise I'll push record. I promise, but you're going to love her. She's fascinating. You're going to want to listen to the whole episode. I promise you. And she freaking will break it out. And she's so down to earth that you're going to walk away with at least three things you can put into action immediately. And I will try to get to your questions. But before further ado, I know you have something. But tell us, what is your routine in the morning? What do you do before stepping out into the world, Nancy?
Yes, it starts at 5:45 a.m. My alarm goes off. I have two alarms, 5:45 and 6 a.m. The 5:45, I bring myself to surface. I call in God. Very first thing I do, I say, God, go before me and work through me. May I be a vessel of love, light, and healing energy to this world. I'm a Reiki master and teacher. I say, lay my hands on my chest. I set an intention for my day and ask him to guide me. I literally envision myself walking in my day filled with joy, filled with compassion, filled with kindness, lighten up every step that I do. And that's that 15 minutes. There is no song logs, there's nothing. I am intentionally in my zone, creating and manifesting, creating a life I design, not one of default, which is my tagline of my business. So I'm very intentional, and my attention is on my intentions. Then that second alarm goes off and she's ready to rock.
Okay, so now I want to hold it up right there to make sure the listeners or the viewers got this. 5:45, alarm goes off. This is before you get out of bed.
Before I get out of bed.
So are you sitting up or are you lying down? We need to
I'm
know.
lying down.
Okay. And you're doing this for 15 minutes.
Correct. Well, let's say I left a little
Right.
TMI, go bathroom, come back, pop it back in bed, boom.
Hand on heart,
Hands
15
on
minutes.
heart, and
Then
my
when you
power
get out of
center.
bed, is it you go blazing or is there another thing you do?
Well, I get up once it's 6, I come down. I'm a coffee bean. Love my coffee. It's like
I'm with
so
you.
she gets in her little cozy chair right back here in my little meditation corner, and I just savor my coffee. There is no looking at my phone. It comes down the steps with me, but it's still sitting somewhere. There, it's very intentional and sacred, this moment.
Mm.
And it's about 5 to 8 minutes that I am savoring and fully present. What just happened? Sometimes I journal. Like this morning, I journaled because I got a download, baby. I mean, it came in, and so it's all, some mornings, maybe not so much,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But some mornings, like I was on fire this morning. And then when I got done, one of my collaborators, one of my partners, hey, look, I got a download. This is what we're, boom, 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 boom. But you can't, if you're so busy doing your to do, starting your day, thinking about all the things you have to do, there is no time for creativity. There is no time for being and allowing whatever to come in. Now, you may not be joy filled. You may not. And that's A-okay. You're not reaching for joy if you're low on the totem pole. Can you get to neutral? Can you get to content? Can you get to something before you move up? That emotional set point. So I'm sitting here saying, I mean, there's some mornings, yeah. Am I dragging butt? Uh-huh. But I would say more not than I am. because I've trained myself. I've trained. It's memorized, and it's not fake it till you make it. There's a lot. I am truly look for something that I'm grateful for, even if it's like the day is kind of not one of my favorite, and I got to go to something, do something. It's like I sit there and can I just savor the breath that breathes me? Can I just savor that I'm connected to something greater than myself? I've even said to myself, when I lay my head back on this pillow, this day will be done. Like if I have to do something that I am not crazy about, it's like, can I just savor something?
So I want to back up there a little bit because you said something about there's something greater than me, because we have a lot of people with so many different belief systems out there.
Yeah.
And for you, God. Others, it's some universal force, energy, connect to your heart.
Correct.
But I think the statement that you made, if you just get up in the morning and go out and start doing your chores, checking your emails and your texts without even giving yourself those few minutes, you can't hear the messages. You can't do a check-in. And you're right. I'm pretty joyful, but I'm not joyful every day. So I do a scan. My routine's a little bit different, but it's the same thing. I'm scanning what's going on. You call it neutral. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe my word's going to be ease and flow. I'm not going out hot. Or it might be calm.
Yes, exactly. But see, and I try to educate people all the time. I don't call them good or bad emotions. I don't call them negative or positive emotions. I call them contracted and expansive.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
take away the judgment. If I'm feeling, not good, fearful, apathetic, sad, oh gosh, my day is, no. You just go, oh, this is what I'm feeling. But how can I reach for a better feeling thought? How can I and do it with love and compassion for myself? Not,
Absolutely. Yeah.
not
And by changing those words, it's
browbeat the
not
heck
good or
out of it.
bad. Yeah. By changing those words, not good or bad. And a lot of times I'll say, I love contracted or expansive. Sometimes I'll say, well, me thinking that way or is that going to serve me well today for where I am? And
Yes.
again, it's not judgment because it's not good or bad.
No.
Not right or wrong.
And guess what? If you're going to be in it and you are in it, you are locked in it, whatever it is. If you're aware that you are locked into it, you have power. So I help grief counseling. I was part of neighborhood hospice for years in their volunteer program. And I also did some bereavement counseling. And people that have genuine, deep grief that, but be aware that's driving the ship. That's driving the ship. You hold power when you know. Yeah.
Absolutely. When you say,
yeah.
All right. Well, this could be an 8-hour show, but we're going to have to go through it.
All right. We're only going to get through one.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the power statement for women around the world and men that support us.
Yes.
And you said, awaken your light and create a life you design. And it all starts from within. Now, we got to jump into this because I did get some questions on this. Let me make sure.
Okay.
Fake names. Sally Bell says, okay, Nance, beautiful yet personal. They want to know a moment in your life which was dimmed and what helped you turn it back on. Can you think of one time?
Oh, gosh. Sure. Well, I went through a divorce of, that was pretty dim time of my life. So it took me a lot to get to the point to pull the trigger. 37, I knew I was in a dysfunctional marriage. I did not pull the trigger until I was 47, 10 years. And that took a lot for me to do that. Took a great deal of courage. I had two small, not real small, but 10 and let's see, 10, 10-year-old and 13-year-old. So dimmed light, felt defeated by the world. This was already a practice. I was already in business. I realized I was living a dual life.
Ooh. Yeah, many do.
And I was like, this is not serving me. And I have to courageously make a move. So it was feeling very energized, doing my practicing, loving on people, doing my thing. Come home, love my children, love my children. The
Mm.
wolf of energy comes in,
Ooh.
and I'm
Yeah.
I'm recognizing what's happening and going, oh, girlfriend, So just that was, and what did I do to turn it around? I had to move faithfully forward. I had to say to myself, I have it within. And let me back up and tell, when I knew I was in that dysfunctional, that's when my practice really took off. My personal practice, the awake, my business is called Awaken with Light, was founded around that time of when I knew I no longer had a personal practice, but I had to take it to the world because I had to share what there had to be other people going through what I was going through. I could be everything to everyone, but was giving from an empty tank. I'm a chameleon. I'm all these things. I was a perpetual fixer. I call it all these different things, and
Yeah.
realized that there's other people. And if I bring forces and together shine brighter. So I started really cultivating that, getting my strength, getting my wind beneath my wings to be able to soar. So that's to answer that. It's just that time in my life, what I did was I created those around me. I made sure, and my own personal practice. You cannot give something you don't have. You
Yeah.
have to create it in here. You can't go, I need to change all this. No, it's a reflection of this.
Yeah.
So I had to recognize that, it takes two to tango. It wasn't all him, right? So
I'm so happy you said that.
it isn't. Like, you know,
It
and
moves
I
me.
got a
So
whole
it's
thing.
some
We
of
could
me.
spend another
Yeah.
hours on that.
Okay. Now let's pause a sec. I love that we're going to say pause, but this is to tell them a little bit about you, Nancy. And I'm going to make you say your last name again. Is it Boudrie?
Boudrie. Yep. Gentle is my maiden name. Boudrie is my
How could you
children's
get that
last
name?
name.
That's freaking awesome. You have to keep gentle. Nancy Gentle Boudrie is a mindset coach, corporate wellness speaker, and entrepreneur with over 20 years of coaching experience and more than 3 decades of business leadership. She is the creator of the register, which we were talking about. Yay! Registered trademark pathway to inner peace, featuring the 4R method, an evidence-based framework blending neuroscience, mindfulness, and energy mastery to help achieving professionals create a life by design, not life by default. Can you see why I love her? Nancy is also the founder of Awaken with Light app, a digital sanctuary offering mindfulness tools, live emotional resilience practices, and her signature coaching methods support people in creating lasting inner peace. Can we just stop there? I know one of your things is pause. Can we just pause there? I mean, why aren't we in person? I don't know. You're right near me, but
More to come.
okay. So lots of questions on this. So I'm hitting you with when I got so many questions about one thing, we're gonna combine them. So if I don't get to your exact question, peeps, it's in there. Pause. I got so many. I was laughing at the one woman. She was like, what does it mean to pause? I paused. Wait, I didn't even call her big. I paused. I put my hand on my heart. Look at I'm doing it. And then all I did is want to yell at everybody around me, but I didn't move for 60 seconds. I consider that a win. So,
I love it. And you know what? That's truth. That is truth. You don't put your hand over your heart and always go, ah. No. All of a sudden, I want to take a machete to everybody out here. Come on. That's real. It's real.
okay. So let's get into pause, empowerment
Yes.
instead of victimhood. Let's do the 60-second reset on
Yeah.
pause.
60-second reset. So hands on heart. Okay. Great example. You're breathing in. I really want you to feel the inhale. I want you to feel the exhale. 3 is my magic number. What am I feeling? Let's use the example. I am angry. You identify the emotion. You accept that you're experiencing anger. You do not try to suppress it. You don't try to ignore it. You turn to it and you see it for what it is.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, I believe that when you just give yourself a moment to feel the anger, you can be resilient. Now, there are other times that it's like it's hanging on, man, for the dear life. And I've got a whole thought pattern on that because we create one of my doctors that I studied with, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One, talks about memorized emotions. And I get a lot of people who memorize anger.
Gotta love
It,
me some Dispenza.
yes.
Look him up if you haven't looked up Dr. Joe
Oh,
Dispenza.
he's brilliant. And
Brilliant.
this is where you have to give yourself compassion. If that thing is hanging on for dear life, you've memorized. So now how it's like an addiction. Okay? Your emotion creates thoughts that create your perception, and 99.9% those perceptions are not facts. You have to be able to see yourself, see what you're feeling, accept that you're feeling it, and then reach for a better feeling thought. Just like we said, well, I know this isn't serving me too well, right? But you're interrupting that cycle of mindlessness, unconscious habitual reaction. You already stopped the victimhood. You might not get on top of it. I'm not going to tell you some, you know, bunch of BS. You might be locked in. But if you keep practicing, you
Mm-hmm.
can unlock more neutral. And Dr. David Hawkins, Power versus Force,
Yeah.
talks about contracted, expansive. All you need to do is get to courage, and you're flipping the switch. Courage to, I think it might be neutrality, willingness, acceptance. That's how you move up to peace, love, joy, all those beautiful things. Courage. Takes courage to show up every day. Takes courage to put your hands on your heart. Take a moment for yourself. Respond to your needs. Break the cycle.
So I think that's huge for people to hear. And I just want to make sure they're getting that the most pippy, skippy, loving, joyful people, and I tell people this all the time, the reason I show up with more pure joy, because I really acknowledge and feel all the other emotions.
Yes.
And fun fact, I got injured biking in 2019, whatever, and I couldn't move for like 6 months. I was on my side.
Ooh.
My mentor coach said, "Oh, I'm so excited. I know the universe is bringing you what you wanted, more pure joy, but you got to get rid of other stuff." And I downloaded everything because I couldn't move from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I just kept, and man,
I got chills.
it was like, but can you imagine me
No, being
working,
brought to your knees that
right?
way.
I mean, working out all the time, biking, mountain bike. And I was like, I asked for pure joy and freedom when I was in Colorado at a conference. And my mentor was there, Matt. And when I came back, and I'm like, they couldn't figure out for months what it was and everything. And he's like, because just not ready. And he's like, yeah, I'm so excited for you. I was like, I'm going to effing kill you. I'm
Yeah,
going to kill you.
exactly.
But I would have never taken that time,
No.
slowed down enough to be
Yes.
able to feel all these other things that I had blocked. But getting back, and I did not know
Yes.
he was going to mention Dr. Joe Dispenza. He was one of, I mean, and again, I know David Hawk, but he was one that
Yeah.
really,
And that's a good point, Sandy, is that you have, so you can't have an orgasm and not feel pain. You have to feel everything.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It, you can't go, oh, I want that, but I can't, because think about what an orgasm, you got to be vulnerable. I mean, we can go down a rabbit hole on that puppy, but think about that.
yeah, yeah. I
You
think they
cannot come
are
in
thinking about
guarded.
that, and they want that another podcast, but we're going to have to.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's fascinating. Okay, but
Let's get it back in. But it's a perfect analogy whenever I'm coaching because it's like, think about that.
yeah, they get
That
it.
is like the pinnacle. You
Yeah.
can, you have to feel. Yep.
So for those out there who this is new to, they're like, who the freaks John, whatever. We don't need to,
Yes.
whether they're getting into Joe Dispenza or not.
Yep.
The pause for somebody who's never really sat with their emotions, Nancy, what would you recommend them to do for that 60? Somebody out there going, okay, I'm confused. What would be the one thing they could do for that?
So I have a lot of pause techniques. I think the one that I would recommend is putting your toe in the water of building a relationship with your present moment. So you're taking a few moments, you're breathing, you feel your butt in your chair, your feet on the floor, you might hear the air conditioning or the heat, and you're bringing yourself into the present moment. Notice how your body feels. So you're actually turning and acknowledging it, feeling it. I see you, I hear you, I honor you. Do a quick little scan of the body, greet it right where it is. All you're doing at this moment is just taking a moment. You're not trying to solve it. If you tune into the body and it aches and it hurts, I just want you to acknowledge it. Notice the emotions. Maybe there's emotions. Can you feel where the emotion is in your body? You're building a relationship with your emotions, your thoughts, and your body sensations in the present moment. If I could teach somebody the one thing that I do right out of the get-go when I start coaching is how to get really dialed in to present moment awareness and
Yep.
you in it. So you're just taking a moment. Now you went into the body. Now what emotion am I feeling? I have a lot of people tell me, I don't know what I'm feeling. I haven't feel anything.
Yeah, they've been numb forever. I understand.
Yes. Yeah. So then I say, okay, you land off that real quick. Don't beat that dead horse. Just go, okay, now what is my thoughts? I can see those. And you're noticing the thoughts. Try to put distance between you and the thought. Don't get all covered up with it. Try to just view it. Be the observer. Mindfulness teaches you to be the observer with curiosity and non-judgment. And you're
Yep.
trying to build that we are not designed to do that. So recognize that might be your difficult thing. And we're also negative wired. It's called negativity bias. So we're wired to be that way. So recognize if every thought coming out of your head is negative, don't shoot yourself. Don't kill say, oh my God, oh my gosh, I can't ever do this. We're wired to be negative. But go, wow, girl. Can you reach for a better feeling thought? But first, you just got to see everything for what it is.
Yeah.
And then what I tell them in the 60, the 60, right now you're not trying to fix it. You're just seeing it because that's what's running the show.
Yeah.
Right. So you're pausing, you're seeing where you're greeting yourself right here, right now. That holds power. You might not like what you see,
Yeah. I,
right?
you did say curiosity, not judgment.
Curiosity, right?
No judgy, no judgy.
But boy, that's going to tell you, and that turns that from victim, just being walking like a walking zombie to being like, whoa, you take back your power to actually choose and make a different choice. And then there's techniques to try to move up the emotional set point ladder. And we can talk about that's another tool, the appreciation on demand, quick coherence techniques. There's all these things. So,
Okay. So it's a lot, I know, for some of you, and some of you have been on this path and you're like, give me more, give me more. But I'm trying to think of what is best going to serve them. Obviously, you love her, so you're going to want to, be around her more and work with her. But I think if let's hold it there then. So you talk about not judging it. I just want to make sure I got this right. You're just there, curiosity, what's going on. You if you haven't done it in a while, you're going to be like, holy shit, I really hate all these people or whatever thoughts. It's okay. Because not acknowledging it, what you said is it's running the show anyhow. So hello, it's
you
running it.
might as well look at it.
You might as well look at it. So then let's give them something. Just what would be the next thing to help them shift out of it? You talked about appreciation on demand.
Yes.
And now they're
So,
there.
again, notice if some people say to me, well, I can't think of one freaking thing I like. I mean, I've heard it all, right? I don't appreciation. I can't, but I really can you appreciate? Remember, I told you I sat down. I'm a coffee lover to the bone. I sit down with that cup of coffee, I savor every sip. Can you just choose something as simple as that? Can you choose to be grateful for your breath? Can you
Here we go. Here
choose?
we go.
Right?
Yeah, the coffee, the sparkling water,
Right.
bird outside chirping.
Correct. It's not like, oh, my life is grand and I have this and I have, you don't have to go for the big items.
Yep. Low hanging fruit, people. Low hanging fruit.
Appreciation wires the brain faster than anything. That's why you hear an attitude of gratitude. That's why you hear it shifts you from that contraction to expansion. It does.
Yeah, and now there's science behind it. People were saying it for years, but man,
there's all these books written on it.
Yeah, and they've hooked you up with wires to show it. I mean, it's amazing. I honestly remember years ago, and I didn't get it. Nancy, I didn't get it. I met somebody at a coffee house, and oh my God, his energy was just off the charts. I said, "Oh my God, you're the most grateful person I ever met." And he goes, "You know what I'm grateful for? I come into this call. I'm not kidding. He said this. It was a long time ago. And he goes, I come in and I sit here. I think the world's screwed up, but then I sit here and I smell my coffee. I appreciate this latte and the foam on it and the person who served it." And he goes, and I'm shifted every freaking day. It wasn't
That's it.
grandioso.
No. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm.
And he was one of the most, how those the energy of people you go, oh, can I just sit next to you?
Yeah, exactly. I want a little more of that. Yep.
Yeah. All because of the damn coffee.
Well, this is it. I've trained myself. I mean, yeah, I got to get up. I got to get going. I got things to do. I got people, things that demands this, that, and other. Don't we all? Bills to pay, things to do. But that moment of coffee, notice how I said the phone is there, but it hasn't been. It's not like, oh, let me sit down with my coffee and go, oh, shoot. No.
I love it. All right. I want to hit on this because this is big. And I think especially when we struggle with this and we know it logically, but we forget that by depleting ourselves, we really can't be there for others. So let's touch on this. Protect your peace and your energy first.
Yep. So for all the empaths out there, if people, anybody know what empathic, you might not know that you're an empath, but the world is crazy, and you feel. We're species that feels. Why do you think it's 6 feet? Our aura is 6 feet from our bodies. Okay, the energy that surrounds us. When in COVID, they had to place us 6 feet apart. We feed off of each other's energy. This is a given. And again, there's science, there's all kinds of data out there.
Yep,
Okay.
it's done. It's proven.
It's proven. Okay, so I don't have to teach you that. So, with that said, crazy, crazy, crazy. You're in the grocery store, you're in the coffee house, you're crazy.
Go to the mall.
You're in the mall. Like, Lord, I don't need to go down that. You're absorbing. We're protect your energy firstest and your peace. If you feel yourself getting sucked into something, whoa. Now, some people, you might be a person who loves drama. You might love being sucked in. But again, doing it on your, you're doing it, then do it with consciousness.
Yeah.
Right?
It might stir you in a good way, like fun. Yes. Like, ooh, did you hear about Sally?
Exactly. But be aware. Awareness is power. But also protect yourself. So just, I do a little thing. When I said I did, God go before me and work through me. There's one other piece, and I say I'm a big Archangel Michael guy, protector, protect, shield, and guard me. And may only positive experiences touch me. I'm an empath. I feel deeply. I have to protect my energy. I am willing to share my energy, not deplete it. And it's with intentionality. I cannot fill up those that I coach and work with without being full.
Absolutely. So,
am I depleted or am I resourced, is what I say, because you cannot pour light from an empty vessel. So just remember that. You got to check in with yourself. If I'm depleted, it's my responsibility to fill myself back up. What self-care, what do I need to energize myself? And we talked about, I'm an extrovert too. I love getting out. I love being and speaking. But I love when I come home and nest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a balance. And I know which one I need.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And there's times that I think I'm really, like this weekend, I was ready. Like I had to do a couple things, but it was so cold on Sunday. I had to go to a dedication for a labyrinth for a dear friend of mine. It was so cold. It was so cold. The wind was whipping. I was thinking, how can I go to this next event? Because there was all that energy, and it's grief and stuff. Yeah. And I overextended myself, and I had no problem saying, I'm sorry, cannot do that. That second thing.
Yeah.
I knew the cold got me and the energy got me. I was zapped. You've got to protect your energy. Because Monday I was on full force. I had a full day. I knew what the launch of my app, plus all my clients, there was no way I was going to go into that day depleted.
I love that you told that story because it's so important. And it's not being selfish, people.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. And the person that I did, I was just truthful. And she totally got it. I could not go. It was for a holiday thing too. It was like this shopping thing. I got to go put myself in a shopping, we just talked about energy, all that. She knew when I said, oh girl, I overextended myself.
Good for you. You're right. You told the truth. And I want to tell you, it doesn't always But
No.
I'm okay with that. Like if somebody doesn't
Uh-huh.
really understand and I'm being honest where I am, I have to be
Hmm.
okay with that too.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. You
Okay.
don't need permission. If you notice that you do or you think like that, notice that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some people think, well, she's going to think bad of me, or I should, but at the detriment of yourself, check yourself. Check yourself.
I love that. Before we go, there's was so much to take in, and people, I know you're going to want to share it with other people, and just pause it and then take notes because there's a lot of pearls of wisdom in here. But tell us a little bit more about your app.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's Awaken with Light. It's on in the App Store on Apple as well as Android, but you can go to my website down to the online store and click that link because that'll lead you to either whichever one you need. The community I'm building there, I'm doing live events for my, I'm starting with myself, then I'm going to bring in other people twice a month. There's a plethora of recordings to help you and guide you, guided meditation, reflective exercises. I took my registered trademark methodology, the pathway to inner peace. I literally walk you through step by step what I do when I coach. It's at your own pace, do it yourself,
Gotcha.
32 modules. So it's 4 pillars: recognize, release, to rewire, to radiate. And each pillar has about 8 modules in there. Take it all at your pace. I've got in there, it's telling you how to do what I do, the methodology that I created. And then you can also ping me in there if you want a 30-minute touch base. Hey, help me apply this to my life. So this app, I want to create a community to support. And that's what I created. And it just got launched on Monday.
I was going to say, this is a lot of work you put into it.
Oh, 6 months, baby. I started in June and I just released it. So
And this is in addition to you already doing your individual clients.
correct. I individually coach, I corporate speak in wellness events, retreats, leadership development, executive coaching. So I do all that, but I wanted to greet people with a price point
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
that they could get in, and I want to build something special. I want to bring in guest people. I want to bring sponsors. I want to grow this thing and leave a legacy because ultimately I'm going to teach people how to do my 4R method. I want to teach people. I have transformed thousands of lives over the last 20 years, and it's just been an absolute joy to do. I want to share it with more.
I'm so happy for you. And I'm so happy for
Thank you.
everyone who is going to be in your community.
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah,
be
and $29.99. $289 for the year. So it's not breaking your bank, right?
right.
You
Yeah.
would go drop into a yoga class for $25, right? So
Something for which I like. It's smart. Like, you know
right.
what I mean? You
You
know,
gotta greet people, and if it's just your introductory to toe in the water, like I had 2 people that I taught, they reached out and we had consultation for coaching, my life coaching. I have a life coaching product and my executive coaching. So I have 2 different, agreed on where they are. And they go, whoa, it was like drinking from a fire hose.
yeah,
So it's like, here is a great place to start.
I love that. All right. I know we're going to have a movement, but before we do that, tell them again where they can find you and reach you.
Awakenwithlight.com is my website, and that'll direct you to everything. Drop down, all my services are there, the app, all my coaching, corporate speaking, all right there. So awakenwithlight.com and LinkedIn. My name, Nancy Gentle Boudrie. I'm a little bit on Instagram, not a lot, but those are the 2 best places to get me.
Okay. So now, Nancy, I always ask my guests, do you have a movement or do
I
you want me to,
do.
do a dance? And she has a movement. So I'm ready, baby.
All right. So,
You're
as I
getting
mentioned, I'm
up.
a Reiki master and teacher. When I'm teaching my classes, and everything's energy, baby. All
Okay.
right. We get up, put your
Now
hands at
listen,
your heart
if you don't, if
center.
you're in your car and you can't get up, you can do
Oh,
it.
yeah. Don't just envision, and then we
Yeah.
can do this. You can do this when you get home. Turn us back on and put your hands on your heart center. Really connect there. Rock back and forth on your feet. Really feel the earth beneath your feet. Now, I want you to bring your hands out, come up, sweep them down like you're putting wings, like butterfly wings. And then I want you to bring it up about midway through your body and push down. Okay. So this is the movement. Then I'm going to tell you what we do with it. Okay. So
Okay.
you got your hands on your heart. You come out. I don't know what you want to say, like put them one palm facing the other, lift them up, sweep like you're doing a snow angel. Then bring it about halfway and push down. Sandy, can you feel that?
Yes, I
Can you
can.
feel the energy? I mean, you can't make this up. You can feel like I've got chills in my legs. Okay. That's the movement. Okay. Now, ready for some words?
I'm ready, baby.
All right. Got our hands on our heart. Bring them out. I am all love.
I
I
am
am
all
all
love,
joy.
joy,
And then push down. And I have all the power of the universe flowing through me.
and I have all the power of the universe flowing through me.
Okay. Let's try that again. Got your hands at heart center. Bring them out. Sweep them up. I am all love. I'm all joy.
Joy,
And as you push down, and I have all the power of the universe flowing through me.
power of the universe flowing through me.
How you feel?
Yay! All right. So if you're not watching, you're just listening, just tune in later. You're going to want to see this, and it's just one of the little things you can add to your practice. Now, do you do that in the morning or do you do it throughout the day?
I do it throughout the day, actually, when I want to get grounded.
Yeah.
And then I teach them when we're doing Reiki, because Reiki can feel like you're not grounded. You're up in the up in the clouds. So I learned it from a qigong specialist years ago, Debbie Dunn. So
Of course you did. All right, my head got something to say. I know we went a little over, but I just couldn't. I didn't know why. I You get it. I couldn't cut it. There's so many things in here that I know you're going to want to like, share it, rate it. We both would really appreciate it. And you know what I'm going to say. Until next time, thank you so much. Toodles.